Okay, let's just dive right in. We are on the verge of a massive shift in the world of work. I mean, the old rules that have guided our careers for decades, yeah, they're being totally rewritten as we speak. What we're witnessing is this fundamental reshaping of the entire contract between a company and its people. It's happening because of tech, sure, but also because of totally new expectations. This isn't just some minor software update. This is a complete system overhaul.
And that's the big question, isn't it? If the old playbook is out the window, what does the new one even look like? Well, that's what we're here to figure out. We're going to break down the 4 critical revolutions that are defining the future of your career right now.
Let's kick things off with the first and honestly probably the biggest shift. For generations, a college degree was pretty much the golden ticket, right? But that ticket, it's expiring. We're moving from a world that cares about where you learned to one that cares about what you can actually do. Now, take a look at this, because it visualizes the problem perfectly. That traditional degree-required funnel on the left, it is incredibly restrictive. It just screens out so much amazing talent. But the skills-based funnel on the right, it's a whole different ballgame. It's not about filtering people out. It's about opening the doors to a massive, massive new pool of people based on what they're capable of.
And when I say massive, I'm not kidding. When companies drop those old degree requirements, their potential talent pool can expand by up to 19 times. No, that's not a typo. 19. That isn't a small tweak. That is a complete game changer for finding great people. And the business case for doing this is, well, it's a slam dunk. We're talking about hiring being 30 to 50% faster. The quality of the people you bring in, it goes up by as much as 35%. And moving people around inside the company, that gets 75% faster. So you're hiring better people faster, and they're growing with you. It's a win-win-win. And make no mistake, this is not just some theory, it's happening. Companies are making this shift right now. They start by really defining the skills they actually need. Then they build ways to test for those skills, use tech to do it all at scale, and this is the big one, manage that cultural change away from caring about someone's pedigree to caring about their performance.
All right, on to our second revolution, the rise of artificial intelligence. Now, you know the conversation around AI in the workplace. It pretty much always comes down to one big question, right?
We've all heard it, the fear, the anxiety about jobs being automated away. But you know what? The reality is turning out to be a very different and, frankly, a much more exciting story.
The key word to remember here is augmentation, not automation. See, automation is about replacing simple, repetitive tasks. But augmentation, that's about giving us a powerful co-pilot, a tool that crunches the data so we can focus on the strategic, creative, and, well, the uniquely human stuff.
And this quote from the HR Certification Institute just nails it. The future isn't human or AI, it's human and AI. It's not a competition, it's a partnership. The people and the teams that are going to win are the ones who figure out how to work with these amazing new tools.
So how does this partnership actually work in the real world? It's a model called human in the loop. Think of it like this. The AI does the heavy lifting. It analyzes the data, maybe drafts a performance review, but it's always the human, the person, who brings context, empathy, and judgment to make the final critical call. It ensures our decisions aren't just data-driven, but that they're also wise.
And we're seeing this pop up everywhere. AI is becoming this intelligent layer across the entire employee journey. It's personalizing onboarding. It's recommending new skills to learn. It's even predicting who might be thinking about leaving. It's making every single stage of work smarter.
So this brings us to a really interesting point, and our third big revolution. If AI is starting to handle all this admin work, what happens to the manager? Well, their job gets completely reinvented.
Just look at this breakdown. Right now, managers spend a staggering 40% of their time on admin, another 35% putting out fires. I mean, that's most of their week gone on just reactive stuff. But when AI automates that away, it frees them up to focus on the things that actually drive value, like coaching their teams and thinking about the big picture.
So the role it shifts dramatically. It's no longer about being a supervisor, command and control, task oversight. The modern manager is a coach. They're focused on building trust, connecting work to a real purpose, making sure their team feels safe to take risks, and above all, developing their people.
And why is this so important? Because the impact is just massive. Employees who really truly trust their manager
are 12 times more likely to be fully engaged at work. 12! That is a colossal performance boost that comes directly from this new, human-centered way of leading.
Which brings us to the final piece of this puzzle. Because to build that kind of trust, leaders need to embrace a fourth revolution: radical transparency. It's about seeing transparency not as a risk to be managed, but as a core competitive advantage.
I mean, this slide tells the whole story. We're finally moving away from that old, broken model of the secret, once-a-year review that just created anxiety and suspicion. The new model is all about real-time dashboards and continuous feedback, which creates visibility, trust, and a true sense of empowerment. And the numbers? They're just incredible. When companies do this, they see trust scores literally triple, from a 3 out of 10 all the way to a 9. And engagement, it more than doubles, jumping from 40% to a whopping 92%. That is the power of just pulling back the curtain. And nowhere is this more critical than with pay. Get this, 91% of people now look at salary ranges before they even bother applying for a job. Hiding what a role pays? It's just not an option anymore. Being transparent is how you build trust, how you ensure fairness, and how you attract the very best people.
So when you tie this all together, you realize the future of work isn't really a story about technology at all. It's a story about people. It's about focusing on skills over degrees, building deep trust through transparency, and reinventing our leaders as coaches, all of it amplified by the power of AI.
Which really just leaves us with one final crucial question. The world of work is being redesigned from the ground up. The old blueprint is gone. A new one is being drawn right now. So the only question you need to ask yourself is, what part are you going to play in designing it?